Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Did you think that, oh, have you ever wondered how do we get the information from the mass media? What is the process? And not only what is the process, but how can we, the readers, um, discern if the article that we're reading is true or not? And you might say, well, very easy. You read alternative, articles that will complete this, and you're going to find out. Well, but how does the news get to us? So that's an outlet, right? I'm just going to discuss a case here where some people, a news outlet, which in this case is Ukrainska Pravda, and I'm not picking on it right now, but these guys make a claim, and that claim you and I cannot really verify it's true or not. And I will make this video about how can we figure things out, or how can't we figure things out. So this article comes, as I say, from Ukrainska Pravda, and it's from today, the 10th of March 2023. And it says, Russian invaders destroy MiG-17 aircraft museum in Bakhmut. So this is how it used to be, and this is how it is right now, per Ukrainska Pravda. Now, Russian occupiers have blown up a MiG-17 aircraft monument in the city of Bakhmut, Donetsk Oblast, where the fiercest fighting is currently taking place. This is what's been reported by Ukrainska Pravda, or by the source. And the source is the Ukrainian troops deployed in Bakhmut, in a comment to Ukrainska Pravda. So, you gotta believe these guys. Why would you believe these guys? And details. The military reports that the aircraft was still there on March 9th. Now, journalist Yuri Butusov posted a video of the destroyed monument on 10th of March. So the thing is this. Okay, can we dispute that the fact that this was blown up? I don't know. Let's say, yes, it's right here, it was destroyed. Who destroyed it? Can you tell who destroyed it? Well, you say, the source is the Ukrainian troops. Well, how about we find out the Russians saying, no, actually it was the Ukrainians who shot it, who blew it up. How could you and I verify which one is lying? We can't, because we don't know who gave the order to blow it. We cannot find out, and if you're going to find out saying, well, it was the Russian missile or rocket that blew it. Or how do I know that? Because you tell me that? You know what I mean? It's the only thing that I see here is a monument is blown up. Do you know who blew it? This guy say it was the Russians. All right, and I would like to know, all right, how can I find out if that's true or not? I'm going to look online, because there's no other way to look, and find out if I find any other articles saying otherwise. And probably each and every other article that I'm going to find is going to be taken from what the Ukrainian army said. Let's start from the beginning. Time out. I'm not disputing what the Ukrainians are saying. I'm just saying that the source is someone saying something. I have no way to verify the information. That means, and neither is the Ukrainska Pravda. That means to find out who gave the order, when did it occur. You see the missile coming, that's a Russian missile. You will never find out who really did it. Could it be the other side blaming the other one? Could be. Could be. But there's not the point of blaming here. I picked this article because I thought it was interesting with the MiG-17, that's all. But I used it just to talk about our inability to figure things out, who exactly did it. For instance, let's say tomorrow, Agence France Presse comes with a piece of news and says, okay, the Mali army killed some French, army in Mali, which I think they're not there anymore. But anyway, this is coming from Agence France Presse. How can I find out? Well, I'm going to probably try to find out a Malayan source to tell me otherwise. And since I'm not going to find, I'm going to have to believe these guys. What I'm trying to say is we will always get the point where you're going to have someone telling us a version. And that version will be disseminated to us, or will stop right there. because there's a lot of news. There's a lot of news that doesn't go further. So we are at their mercy, and that's the way it is. I mean, how can you change that? So my point is, we are always at their whim. At their whim in anything they say. If they say tomorrow that actually the Ukrainians surrounded the Russians in Bakhmut, how can you verify that? The Russians version? Would you believe that? And then you say, okay, why would I trust the Russians but not the Ukrainians? Because we know both lie and they're at war. So then, you know what I mean? The Russians say, no, we actually occupied we encircled Bakhmut, and it's like, I don't know, 30,000 Ukrainians over there. How can I verify that? Are the Ukrainians say, no, that's not true? There's no way for me to verify. It's going to be the Americans who are saying no, but I can't really see it. I have to believe these guys. And for instance, in a war, I don't believe either side. What moreover than in general. So we have to, I've been asking myself this question for a long time. How do we verify these guys? Because they're just a few big, how should I put it, media outlets that disseminate the news. You're not going to hear locals in Mali or over there, or even the locals in Mali. What do they know? Unless you get the person and say, hey, did you see what did you see? Oh, I see one military or group of Malian, I don't know if that's how you call them, army killing the French. I know they're French because this and that, and you believe that guy. That you have to believe that guy. Unless you get to that point, and you will never get to that point. You're going to have to think investigators coming over there and trying to investigate who's who, what's what. No, everything is going to be dead in 3 days, like the whole story. Comes, you read it, oh, okay, the Malians killed the French, and you go on, move on. And then after a while, when it's going to be in someone's interest, they're going to use that article as evidence, because it was reported. And you forgot about, oh, yeah, the Malians killed the French army. You don't even know if that's true. And then you make a certain kind of opinion, a certain kind of worldview based on the information that you have no way to verify it. You don't even know if that's even there. Remember that movie that came, The Matrix? I didn't care about that movie. I had some friends who want, oh, let's watch Matrix. I'm in love with Matrix. Oh, what the Matrix? The idea was interesting. The whole idea was interesting. And one thing that I saw, I think, at one of the movies, at the beginning, I think it was a disclaimer saying something that whatever is depicted in this movie is not true. I was like, or something like that. It was like, don't get any ideas kind of thing. I was like, I mean, obviously this is a science fiction movie. Why would you get an idea? But they felt compelled to put it over there. That this is just a representation, it's not reality, no. I was like, what? So you don't have crazies that will make a connection between that and what's going on in the society here? Maybe it's a matrix? Possibly, but if you take it that way, you got these guys with the lizard theory, right? There's all lizard around that and so all that. Or with whatever, the guys with Scientology, right? With this and that. Okay, why are they allowed to say whatever they say, but the guys say, oh, it's the Matrix, oh my God, it's conspiracy theory. What's more conspiratorial than the other guys saying that it's someone out there on the planet coming over Red Rover, or the other one who has everywhere that's God looking for us? What? Anyway, move on. It's not about religion. I'm just giving you an example. So we kind of live in a reality formed by, whomever. They're not talked, let's put it this way. It's not like, oh, we're going to fool all these guys, right? Mass media, you guys are going to lie this way. No. My point is we cannot verify the articles. And believe me, behind those people who reported, there's interest. Maybe the Ukrainians blew it. Let's say, I'm just giving, maybe they did it. But you don't find it because Ukrainska Pravda is right here available. You're going to read Sputnik, probably, or Russia Today or something, and we know from other articles and experts that they are liars, that they are propaganda, Kremlin. So therefore, you would discard them. And you think that, for instance, BBC will pick up on this Ukrainska Pravda and say, actually, it was the Ukrainians, not the Russians. Why would they do that? They are politically on this side. Oh, you think they're, how do you call it, Objective? Okay, go around the block a few times. Come with me, let's go together, and we're going to figure out there's no such a thing, especially in the mass media. That's the biggest force of changing our opinions, not the books, schools, because you're small, or, I know, again, we go to other things, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so, it was just a little bit of a conversation, or at least a monologue about how do we get our information from the media outlets, and where do they get it from, and how believable they are, trustworthy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. I don't expect this to exhaust all the other options or anything like this. It's just an idea.